What's up, YouTube? What's happening? This your girl, Lena G. And I know it's been a minute. Your girl been out of commission. I'm sorry. Life was life and I lost my dog and have some little personal issues going on. But guess what? Your girl is back better than ever. I don't know about all that, but I'm back, right? So I felt like, we got the Mercury retrograde that is coming up right now. We're in the shadow of it. So I'm like, you know what? I feel like people need to know what's blocking them in love, money, finances, what have you. So today we're going to kick this off with what's blocking you, give you a little foresight as to what you need to do to get this jumping, right? So you can be better prepared in terms of what to expect and maybe negate some things that's coming into your life, okay? I've already blessed and prayed over my cards and asked God for insight for clear, concise messages, also as well as to any entities, spirits that is not of our highest frequency and descent. So vamoosh. All right, all right, all right, all right. I think we're going to start this off with the oracle message from the wisdom of the oracle. Okay. Like I said, I've already prayed and meditated, but just for the sake of reading, I'm going to do it again. Okay. But you know what? Let me know in the comments how y'all been. I like to connect with you all. Like to make sure my YouTube, my Tickety Talk family are at their absolute best. Okay. I'm going to try to do a couple of readings today just to get back in the groove and the vibe of things. But right now, we're going to get into it. This right here is for my Geminis. Geminis, I'm sorry for going over too long for this. Um, but let's get at it. So, Spirit Guide, Guardian Angels of the Most High Divine White Light, I ask for your protection as I go under. Allow me to have a clear, concise, accurate, predictive message from my beautiful soul, air signs, Gemini. I have a couple of placements in Gemini too. I think it's a Saturn a placement. If it is, it's Gemini. Okay. All right. All right, Geminis, what y'all need to know in terms of what's blocking you. But this one right here is what you need to know right now, okay? What y'all need to know. Bottom of the deck, a new life. So you all could be turning a new page when it comes to your life. You just had a birthday cycle. We're right now in Cancer season. So if you're a Gemini Cancer customer, love you. This is letting me know that you got some beautiful things that's evolving. You coming out of your shell and you are experiencing and welcoming this new life, right? So, in terms of what you need to know right now is, when you started something new, you fumble the bag a little bit as you're getting into gear in terms of what it is that you're supposed to be doing until things level off. It's almost like being on a plane and you get in there and there you get in the plane, you buckle up, and then it's on the runway to take off, right? And they just keep going, elevating and elevating and elevating and elevating until it reaches this optimal altitude, right? That's what I see for you. Okay. So may have some changes when it comes to your home. You may have some changes when it comes to your finances, with your love, maybe with health. Maybe health is restored during this period. I say that because it says no place like home. So maybe there were some changes in your home. Maybe you're away from home. This is the season of vacation. And so you could be vacationing right now, hanging out with family, friends, just being a little bumblebee, just like here and there, here and there, here and there, or a little butterfly, right? And it's also telling me that you're very blessed. But if you didn't know that, you already know that you are blessed. And if not, what's up? You're blessed, right? You're blessed in your goings and your comings, as my grandmother would say. You're blessed, right? So, yeah, you got beautiful energy in terms of like what's blocking. I just think you just need to just get settled in terms of these new changes that are bestowing or beckoning your life, right? Okay, so I like that for you, Gemini. Okay, so this is kind of like a little a la carte. I'm gonna pull some clarifyings, and I think I got to do a money card because how are we gonna find out what's blocking us if we ain't talking about our finances too, right? I feel like that's essential. Okay, let me just pull a couple of cards. Okay, this is clarifying love situation. So again, we want to know what's going on. I'm asking Spirit to give me 3 cards, right? In terms of what's blocking you when it comes to your love life, right? With this third card being like the final outcome. And then we'll pull a little tarot, an epiphany card, and then that angel card. Then I'm gonna wrap it up, okay? And let you go about your beautiful lives, okay? All right. Let's get Adam Spirit. This is for my beautiful Geminis. What's blocking them when it comes to love? What they need to know? And we're asking for 3 cards. Bottom of the deck. Rejection. So maybe someone rejected you. You're rejecting someone. I know Geminis. I love y'all, right? My mama Gemini and I've dated a couple. But anyway. It says, build your confidence by dating a lot and find out what people like about you. So if you are in this little auspicious time where you're transitioning from one relationship, maybe you have hopes of really being with this person, and you know everything ain't for everybody, and you realize, I really, really like them, but maybe on the other side, that person wasn't really feeling you as much as you thought, right? You know, sometimes people like to spin the block because sometimes they have to end something to be with someone else to see, oh, maybe I really did like them, but then they fickle, right? But this is saying right now, the universe is saying, don't get caught up with someone you not being someone's cup of tea. The universe is telling you, just get out there and date. Not date to be in a relationship, but just date to get back into the feel of things. So you're not at home ruminating over something that isn't, right? So this is what they're saying to you, that just get out there, build your confidence back up. Maybe you lost your confidence with this last relationship. Listen, people come and go, and I'm gonna just throw I'm gonna insert my little spiel. I think people are always looking for love. I really think you really need to find someone that you like spending your time with them. They're good for your soul. You're good for their soul. Their energy good, because beauty fades, and you want someone that could connect with you, right? I know y'all like, Lena, just get to the damn cards. My bad. 2 more, please, Spirit. With the last card being the outcome. Thank you. This is for my Geminis. What they need to know. Thank you. All right. So losing yourself, right? So this is telling me you've been a bit ambivalent, right? You're not. They say you want to love her, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. I hate when people get on here and they like to generalize and categorize and say this is a Libra trait, this is a Gemini trait, this is an Aquarius trait. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. What I am going to say, because all of us are different, we have different placements in our natal chart, right? But this is what I'm going to say as it relates to my beautiful Geminis out there on the other side listening to me. I think when you're in a relationship, I challenge you as you're going out, as you're dating people, I want you to be all freaking in. I was going to say mofo in, right? I want you to be all in, like it could be the one, right? I want you to see, because I want you to see a person for who they really are. You already know you're going to like the good, but I really want you to see, or allow them to see, the bad in you too. Don't put on your representative and pretend to be something that you're not. I really want you to be all in. I don't want you trying to be with anyone that needs rescuing, right? Because sometimes we date these people and we're like, oh, they need me. I could easily say a certain sign like people like that, but this is what it's saying is you are waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. And I'm gonna take it a step further. You need to start living, right? Even how about friggin' love yourself? I think that's what you need to do. I think you need to just love yourself. I mean, we all have an experience where we dated someone and we thought it was going to be one way and it's not. But when you start dealing with your shadow side and you start seeing the things that needs a little tweaking, right? Because no one is perfect, right? We're beautifully created and we are beautifully flawed, right? So I don't want you to look for the things that you find in yourself that needs correcting to find that in someone else, right? Or feel like that needs to come from someone else in order for you to blossom and be your beautiful, perfect self. Not today, right? Because you got a new life that's coming. That's what the card said. It said a new life, right? You're blessed and no place like home, right? Also, when you're dating people, Gemini, I don't want you to lose yourself. This is saying self neglect, right? Because sometimes we start dating these people, right? We're dating them. And as we're dating them, we neglect our own needs. We neglect what it is that we want, right? Almost like this ambivalent. Ambivalent is like you want a relationship, but you ain't all in. You can take it or leave it. You know what society has said you need to be in a relationship. So you say, okay, we're together, but you really ain't there, right? Okay, so we're gonna cut that out because that could be blocking the right person that is supposed to be in your life, right? Or this soulmate where you're supposed to learn situations from that person leaving your life. So they want you to practice better self-care and stop looking for someone else's validation to tell you who and what you are. How can someone tell you that when they don't even know who they are, right? That's where we at with that. We're gonna keep these little cards out just in case we gotta reflect back on them. So ambivalent, need rescuing, and self-neglect. We're cutting that out, right? All right. Let me see. We're cutting that out, right, Geminis? Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull like 4 cards. These are my Cosmic Tarot. I think these cards are so friggin' beautiful. The artwork is just phenomenal. And normally I'm not one to be like, oh, it's gilded. But I like it, right? I think it's sexy. Usually I purr. These are beautiful. Okay. I know you like Lena G. Just get to it. All right. All right. So I hope y'all had a beautiful birthday. You all on this new birthday cycle. This is telling me I'm not going to pull this one, but it came out for a reason. And I look at signs, symbols, and synchronicities. This is telling me you could be in hermit mode right now, off the grid, maybe reevaluating what it is, what it's not, what's next in your chapter, right? So that could be the energy that you Geminis are in, right? So we're looking at what's blocking you. So I'm going to ask what's blocking you, what you need to focus on, what you need to leave behind, and what's the outcome. So I'm going to pull 4 cards, my lovelies, okay? I may clarify. Let's see how these cards come out, okay? This is for my Geminis. What they need, what's blocking them for the next month. Okay. That's how they feel. They like, girl, let's just get to it. All right, there. Okay, justice. So if somebody was playing games with you, because these people are playing games and shit just don't look balanced. But if something was out of balance, not where it was supposed to be in your life, maybe you're doing too much, not doing enough, um, things are going to balance themselves out. But those scales were unbalanced. So maybe right now you could be feeling like not your optimum self. I know Geminis, y'all are the lovers, right? And y'all are the twins, and you usually have a good outlook in terms of managing your dark and your light side. But maybe right now, because you're starting a new chapter in your life, you can be a little off kilt in terms of um, a relationship or anything in your life that is unbalanced. I think right now you need to be trying to find balance. And like I said, normally you all are very balanced, but maybe right now you're not, right? This is what popped out, right? But this is the Knight of Wands. So this is right, like telling me like some very passionate, but it's like you're defending yourself. Maybe you're feeling like you really been through a very tough cycle and you feel like you got to stand on your principle. Like if somebody has been judging your integrity, your character, you seem to be very defensive, right? And it's like you like, oh, and this girl is handicapped. So maybe there's something about you that I don't want to say like a handicap, but if you look a little closer, she got like a metal or a paracentesis or it's not a paracentesis. Hold on. I'm sorry. I work in the medical field too. Anyway, longer than short, she has a mechanical leg. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. But it looks like he or she has been through some stuff, right? But they're still standing. And not only are they still standing, to go up a hill with ice, and she got her little ice picker, she's ready. So she has the tools to do it. But it looks like she didn't fail. She didn't hit her head. Maybe she hit her head climbing this rock, he or she, right? Um, This Knight of Wands is telling me you got somebody that's coming in that is very passionate. They just may only want the passion, but it's like you on guard, right? And it's almost like you're kind of blocking it. Okay, that's what I'm getting for that. All right, this is for my Geminis. What's blocking them? First card is okay. I'm sorry. You could be walking away, right? You could be walking away, and I'm picking that up. And this is when it comes to love. Could be love. I'm seeing you walking away, but you putting in the work, right? And this could be at work with these pentacles. You master something, but you're putting in the work, and you could be leaving a job, right? And the Three of Cups also tried to come out. Okay, let's get it. Okay. All right, so Five of Wands. So this right here is telling me the air energy around you is like there could be a lot of competition, people, places, situations that you are involved in that you don't trust. That's what I'm seeing. You got people here not putting in their work, right? You got one person doing all the work. So you got some people around you right now you really can't trust. And because of that, these are the people, places, situations that is blocking you, these people energies in your life, that something very sudden is going to change this situation, right? To the point that if you have been up at night worrying, stressing, I could see why, right? But it's also telling me to tell you, um, you have an idea of what this is, whom, what situation, places, people, and things that are causing you to stress. Okay, give me three cards, Spirit. First card, what's blocking Geminis? What is this past energy? What is blocking them? All right. Seven of Wands, Seven of Wands, very defensive. Wow. So right now you're very defensive. Like you feel like you got to really stand your ground. Could be with love, right? A lot of emotions here too, to the point like you either got to fight or you're gonna have to jump. It's like you don't have a lot of options, a lot of choices available to you right now. You have choices. You may not like your choices. You got a little stick, but these people got a lot. Their sticks are way bigger than yours, right? So this is letting me know. I moved it too fast. I'm sorry. But this is letting me know that what's blocking you is that you feel like you got to stand on your business, right? Okay. What do they need to focus on for the next 30 days? What does Gemini need to focus on? A tower changes. So this is letting me know you need to focus on being malleable, right? Don't expect something to stay the same. Be expected for this change because you got a new life that's coming in, right? So standing on business, right? With the Seven of Wands, you got a tower, meaning changes, unexpected, right? Things are not going to be the same. All right. What you need to leave behind? Justice. Remember, I said something was imbalanced. So this is showing me that this justice, like maybe you were being taken advantage of, right? And this looked like a village, like somebody playing games, people not coming with peace. People who are supposed to be peaceful, and these are like elders, like people you're supposed to look up to and trust. And these people is this is what you need to leave behind because you're not being justice. Maybe you're over giving and other people are not giving as much, right? All right, what's the outcome? The Hermit, same card. This is saying, letting me know that you're going under the grid. Like you just feel like, you know what, Lena G, I'm just going to remove myself because when I remove myself, then I can see my focus is better. I can see the light and I can understand and I can see the snakes that's crawling in my grass, right? Nine of Cups. And it's telling me that because of that, when you take yourself off the grid, you're going to have a wish fulfillment, right? You're going to get your wishes heard. This Nine of Wands is here because you're telling me, Lena G, I'm going to fight to the end. And you're letting me know that you're going to stand there and you're going to defend your own. And And when you do that, you will have more options available to you, right? And or it could be you have people around you that is really trying to, like I always say, glitter. If you go to like one of those celebratory events or a reveal party and they throw all that glitter, sugar, honey, iced tea up in the air, and it's like a distraction, right? It's almost like somebody's trying to distract you, right? With all these options. So spirit is like, just be careful with all of these changes. But I think you're good. As they say, you're Gucci. Okay. Let's do a little clarifying. Okay. Let's do a little clarifying. All right, spirit. For my beautiful Geminis. Why is this Seven of Wands here? Why is this Seven of Wands here? Help me clarify to have a clear, concise, accurate message for my beautiful Geminis. What is this energy that's blocking them? Sorry, I hate when people are just so quiet. It's like, I like quietness, but I just want to, these cards just want to come out. They're like, Lena G, we just got to talk. We just got so much to say. All right, Spirit, let me know about this Seven of Wands. Why is the Seven of Wands here? I just need 3 cards. Tell me, why is the Seven of Wands? What they need to know in terms of what's blocking them. So it's telling me you really need to stand your ground. If you've been kind of like on the fence, over giving, this is telling me that you really need to be a little bit more assertive and let people know where you stand. If you don't feel a certain way about something, let a person know, right? Don't just get along just to get along, right? Even if they got more weapons and artillery or what have you. This right here is just letting me know that you got to speak up for yourself. You could be very emotional right now, right? Very emotional. I'm seeing Virgo. I'm seeing Libra. Yeah. Could be Capricorn, right? But victory, I'm seeing in the midst of all of this chaos, victory will be yours. I'm not just blowing smoke up your behind, but in the midst of this tower right here, you see this wreath? Right. Somebody like burn this shit down. That's what I'm not psychotic, but I'm like, I'm hearing like burn this shit down. Okay. Why is this Seven of Wands here? Thank you. 2 more, please, Spirit. Oh shit. I can't take that one. 1 more, please, but we're gonna look at it. Thank you. Oh, your girl doing the most. Okay. It was the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, but let's see what's going on. All right. Oh, we got the King of Pentacles, and that was the Queen. Some heavy burdens and some justice. So justice coming out, right? So this is just telling me with the Seven of Wands. So you have someone, could be a person that is in control, someone a little bit more grounded, a earth sign. Maybe there was some injustice, right? A lot of heavy burdens. Maybe somebody thought they was getting away with something, right? I'm also seeing Libra here, but this is telling me you got to stand your ground with this King of Pentacles. This person could be a little shrewd, very stubborn, in their own way, and maybe they come in with a lot of rules with you, and you feel like, the scale is still unbalanced. It's still unbalanced with this justice, right? But justice is not up, it's not upside down. So you will get justice. You are going to have to stand your ground when it comes to this earth sign, which is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person may act like they're being very sneaky, like they're trying to do something very deceptive with you. Okay, what's the outcome with this, Spirit? What is this outcome with this King of Pentacles and justice? Clarity. What I tell you, I saw that there are going to be some changes. You got a new life that's ushering in, but you got some changes that's coming, right? You will rise above this, right? Page of Cups, right? Hold on. Okay, so you're going to get some clarity about something, and they're saying that they want you to follow your intuition, right? Be emotionally open. Instead of being emotionally open, I think you should be very expressive, right? Because you just don't know what bag this person is coming out of with this just with the seven of swords, right? This person thinking they're getting away with something, but it's letting me know that justice will be served, right? Let's see if spirit would just let me know. What is this person thinking they're getting away with? One card, please. What is this person thinking they're getting away with? Mm. Could be money because it's pentacles, right? Maybe overgiving. Maybe check your finances. Maybe this person is going through your finances. I don't know. This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? But that's what I'm getting. So you have to be defensive. Maybe you're asking questions like, where's my money going, right? When you send somebody to the store, are they bringing you back your change, right? But that's what I'm getting. So this let me know this King of Pentacles could be taking advantage of you. Maybe they lying, they stealing, but it's like you have clarity. And with this Page of Cups, this is telling me you need to be follow your intuition. You are intuitive, right? And this could say that maybe somebody is taking monies and giving it to someone else, possibly. Why is this tower here in three cards, Spirit? Why is this tower card here? Ooh, I felt something. Why is this tower card here? That came out kind of shaded. It just tumbled out of my hand. Okay, so all right. So this is telling me you could be moving on, right? You got a tower when it comes to love and the sun, right? So in a love situation, maybe somebody that you felt like was your divine person in your life, maybe something happened. It could be a sudden change with this relationship. This relationship could definitely a wish fulfillment. I can't show the lover's card because it's too risque, right? But this is telling me you're moving on from a love situation that maybe you had a lot of hopes for, like you felt destined, right? You probably felt like this person was a wish fulfillment, but you got some changes that's coming in your life, right? So my bad. The question is what you need to focus on. You need to be focusing on changes, right? So out of these changes, it's like you're moving on from a relationship, or you could be moving on or moving towards a divine relationship. It might be a little staticky in the beginning because we got the sun in reverse, and the sun is anything positive. But because it's in the reverse, it's going to have its challenges, right? Because the sun is not yellow, it's orange. It's like is really hot and almost like it's going down, like it's trying to set, right? But it's in reverse. So this is just letting me know that this is still a beautiful thing, but it's not without its challenges, right? We got the wish fulfillment at the bottom. This person is still a wish fulfillment for you, but just know that's what you need to focus on. So you're going to have some changes when it comes to your relationship. Um, Maybe it needs to be healed, right? Maybe this is a relationship that you prayed on. Maybe you're praying for the two of you to get closer, right? Maybe intuitively this can be a very spiritual connection, right? But you're moving on. But you know, when I'm looking at the cards, you're moving on. So maybe you're leaving something, maybe back to this new life. Um, you're moving towards a person that is your soulmate, somebody that you are meant to learn something from, learn and grow, and vice versa, right? And because you probably leaving something in the past to go to something new, it's going to have some challenges. That's what I'm picking up. Okay. What is it that you need to leave behind? And we got justice, right? And out of that justice, this is letting me know because these scales are really effing with them, right? The scales is down almost on the other end. So what is it that you need to leave behind? So this is like telling me overgiving. What do you need to leave behind, Gemini? Okay, one more, please, Spirit. One more card, please. Okay. Okay, so some heartache. Oh, wow. So we got something hidden. So we got the Empress. The Empress is all about birthing, right? And four is what you need to leave behind. So if you were not in the place in your life where you were creating beautiful things, with this Four of Cups, if you were dating someone who was like a Virgo, or earth sign, or your creativity was blocked, because I'm seeing like this heart up here, and her heart, it's almost like it is like a dagger with the heart with the cross, right? That could be of healing, it could just be a protection of love of God. But this is telling me that somebody with the Four of Cups in reverse, when it comes to like your creativity or like nurturing your man, your woman, your kids, or even yourself, and being very beautiful, this is telling me that you want to let bygones be bygones. So whatever has happened in the past, to me, it's like you're turning a new slate and you want to move on, right? This is what I'm getting from that with the Queen of Cups. Like, you got a lot of emotions for someone, but I will say you need some balance, right? Excuse me, because the the justice is supposed to bring balance, but that justice card is not balanced. So what I'm getting from this is, if there was an argument, a disagreement, or you giving too much in a relationship, this is saying that this person that you really, really got deep feelings for, you need to um, have more reserve for yourself, right? With this Four of Cups, let go of the things that happened in the past that pissed you off. Just let it go. Just let it go. Because you really care for this person. And it's almost like, because of that, you got a lot of fears, right? Maybe you have a fear of telling them no. Maybe you have a fear of being too close. Geminis, I don't know how you all feel. Maybe you don't want to tell a person, like, this is how I really feel about you. But Spirit is like saying that we got the Empress and the Moon. This is somebody that you really have deep feelings for, but maybe you pulling back. You don't want to be so open with them because you don't know how they feel. And maybe if you just coming out of something, you don't want to repeat cycles, but you don't want to crash and burn, right? Or, what they say, crash out, right? You don't want to do that. So this is just saying that as you're embarking on this new journey, maybe moving in with somebody else, because it was like no place like home. You got almost like you got one foot in the future and one foot in the past. That's kind of the energy that I'm giving, because I'm seeing like a breakup, right? Your heart, like a heartache. And because of that, maybe you have a tendency of just overly giving. So this is something that you need to leave behind for the next 30 days, is overly giving, overly committing, saying that being available when you really aren't available. It's all right to say no. It's all right. Nobody's gonna hurt you, right? People gonna still love you. If not, then they're not the people that need to be in your corner. This Hermit, as the end result, this is letting me know that you're probably just gonna pull back or just focus on yourself. And I would say that wouldn't be a bad thing if you did decide to do that. Hold on. It wouldn't be a bad thing, right? It really wouldn't. Let's see about this Hermit. Three card Spirit. Why is this Hermit card here? Okay, you gave me two. One more. This is the outcome. One more card for Gemini in terms of the outcome. Thank you. All right. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady. I like it. I love it, love it, love it. All right. So this is telling me you are in the hermit mode, right? So you're going off the grid. You're going within. You're focusing on yourself. You're getting illuminated thoughts, downloads, just so you'll know what to do, what's next. This is also telling me that you're coming out of your head. You're like, Lena G, I'm just going to hit the reset because I know good things are coming into my life. I'm just going to focus on me, focus on my work, work on my craft, right? And if there was any blockages, it's almost like you're releasing these blockages, right? That's what I'm seeing, because I see the 10 of swords, right? Like this mental anguish. And it sounds like, my dear, you just went through something very, 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 very traumatic. Because what did I say? We had a new life that was trying to be ushered in, right? And this is letting me know that you have to release some people, places, situations that is not of your highest good. Spirit is also saying that don't lose yourself when you in relationships. Some, and it's not all of you. Some of you could be losing yourself, and some of you could be so ambivalent, like you're in a relationship but you're not really giving anything, but on paper or by mouth, yeah, I'm with her or I'm with him, but you're really not creating an emotional connection, right? And this is saying that you need to stop neglecting yourself, love on yourself. Sometimes we could get into a sunken place that we just lose all sight of us. And I think that is what has happened to you, my beautiful Geminis, right? You got some energies in your circle that you can't trust, right? And I hate to say that, but that is what came out. I also want you to know that this is for entertainment purposes only, but some of you have some people in your energy that just only may want to be around you for what you can do for them, for finances, right? That's what I want you to know. Let's look at Epiphany card. And I didn't mean for this to be so long. I hate long ass readings. I, can, I got ADHD. I can't do no longer than 15, 20 minutes. 20 minutes is the tops, right? It better be, because I can't rock with you if it's more than that. All right, my dear. But some people like it. Touche. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do what make you feel good. But anyway, back to my beautiful Geminis. What do they have? What will they have an epiphany about during the next 30 days? Right? Clear, concise messages for them. Okay. Okay. Ready, willing, and able. Right. So you're gonna meet someone new. But as you're closing one door, please, and open up another one, I want you to give it your all. They ask that you go out on dates. And don't just fall for the first person you see, right? Get to know 'em. I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know 'em, okay? All right. Three cards, Spirit, for my beautiful Geminis. What they need to know for the next 30 days that is blocking them, that they need to be aware of. What epiphanies do they need to know? Thank you. Epiphanies. Thank you. Two more, please. There we go. All right. So this is saying to me, my beloved, that you are mastering a karmic lesson. So you're ending a relationship with someone that was like a soulmate, right? Because the lovers came out in terms of what you need to focus on, right? So, but this past relationship was a karmic lesson. This relationship was supposed to teach you some things about yourself that you didn't want to look at, right? Some things that you had to fine tune to be a better version of yourself. So you had to master this karmic lesson. It's almost like playing Donkey Kong, and in order for you to go to the next level, you got to master this one. This is saying that with this Hermit card, deep, dark times in isolation, I need time alone. That's what I said to you. Before you jog into another relationship, you have to heal from what you just left. You can't, and I heard this today, you can't heal from a place that broke you. Okay. And with that, when we are hurt, we hurt other people unintentionally and sometimes intentionally. But when we are healed, we heal other people. So this is telling me you got some dark times ahead of you, right? Because you just came out, you just got some gook on you, right? It happens to the best of us. But I don't want you getting stuck in what has happened in the past, because beautiful things are coming your way, right? It's just that you just got to release this karmic goop that was on you, right? Because life is for the living and you got a lot to live for. And you got some beautiful things coming up. You might move, it looks like, but it's like as this new life is ushering in, you are holding on to the past. That's what it's saying. And the last card was fairy tales do exist, right? Fairy tales do exist, right? I think this next connection you would get with or be in is one, and I see this because it's kind of like that lavender color, that iridescent, like bluish color, like the crown chakra. Is somebody where you would have a spiritual connection with, almost like to the point where you don't got to say a whole lot; they already know. I know you're like, that's a lot of trust and a lot of responsibilities, but hear me out. You know how sometimes you with somebody and they finish your thoughts, or you with someone and you don't have to say much. You can just look and they're like, because they already know, because they know you and you know them. Y'all like one and the same soul, a split, right? That's what I get for you, Gemini. I think that's what you got coming up when you're ready, right? Because you got this new life. And you know, like when you on a plane, it's different levels to the plane taking off and landing when it gets to the destination, right? That's where you are. So you are at the point in on your airline or your airplane track or course where you buckling in. You're getting ready to take off, right? You're getting there. So there's some stuff you got di- to remove out of your life so that when you land, you in a good spot, you in a good place, right? Because I said you self neglected yourself, right? You gave so much of yourself into a relationship, almost to the point you lost your identity. It happens. It happens to the best of us. We grow, we live, and we learn, and we move on. Okay. Spirit, help me close this up. Give me a nice, beautiful message for my beautiful Geminis. Bottom of the deck, letting go. I can't make this sugar honey iced tea up if I wanted to. It says releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Endings always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow this situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts. Whoop, there is. Listen, Gemini, I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was insightful, and I hope it was something that shed some light on your situation. Remember, this is entertainment purposes only. However, sometimes, God bring us together to hear a certain message so that we can be our best optimum selves. I think for the next 30 days, you got some beautiful things that is ushering in. If you are a Gemini, Cancer, Cusper, this was for you. Peace. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.